Hi friends, hello. Welcome to UPSC CSE Optional, India's largest online learning platform, Unacademy. From Unacademy, you will be getting daily live classes, live tests, quizzes, structured courses, unlimited access to course material and videos on UPSC prelims and mains. Download Unacademy learning app, get daily free live classes. This is Kiran Anishetti, faculty for Public Administration, Political Science, Polity, Issues in Governance, and Ethics. I have done my MBA. I have done my MA in Public Administration and Political Science. Got qualified UGC NET in both the subjects, Public Administration and Political Science. About to complete my LLB. 4 times I took civils mains with Public Administration optional. Each time scoring around 60% in my first optional, that was Public Administration. With regard to UPSC teaching experience, I have more than 10 years of UPSC teaching experience. I have taught in Telangana Government ST IAS Study Circle, Telangana Government Minority IAS Study Circle, Super 60 IAS Academy Hyderabad, Narayana IAS Academy Hyderabad, Challengers IAS Academy Hyderabad, and Shine India IAS Academy Hyderabad. If you have any doubts or queries, you can contact me on my Telegram channel, that is Unacademy_Kiran Anishetti. Today we are going to discuss very important topic from Public Administration Optional, that is Leadership Theories, Part 1. You can prepare with the top 100 educators of Unacademy such as Sudarshan Gujjar, Mrunal Patel, Roman Saini, Prakash Kumar, etc. Unacademy will be covering UPSC syllabus comprehensively, as current affairs, polity, issues in governance, international relations, Indian economy, science and technology, environmental issues, ethics, general essay, optional subjects, answer writing practice, Indian history, art and culture, geography, etc. Unacademy is offering plus subscription in which the aspirant will be getting daily live classes, test series, unlimited practice, structured schedule. For 12 months, it is 44,000. If you use my promo code, you will be getting it 39,600. For 24 months, it is 64,000. If you use my promo code, you will be getting it 57,600. Unacademy has recently come up with new pattern of subscription, that is iconic subscription, in which you will be getting daily live classes, test series, limited practice, structured schedule, personal mentorship. This is one of the salient features of an iconic subscription of Unacademy. Personal mentorship, personal guidance is very essential to crack UPSC. In general, the aspirants will not be getting the opportunity to be guided personally by the faculty or the educator. Unacademy is providing this wonderful opportunity for the aspirants to have personal guidance, personal mentorship from the faculty or the educator himself under iconic subscription. Hence, I strongly recommend to subscribe iconic subscription. For instance, if you use my promo code, you will be getting 10% discount. For 12 months, it is 64,000. If you use my promo code, you will be getting it 57,600. For 24 months, it is 99,000. If you use my promo code, you will be getting it 89,100. You will get 10% discount anyhow if you use my promo code. More than that, I will be guiding you personally with regard to public administration optional, political science optional, general studies paper 2 and general studies paper 4. Apart from me, Unacademy will assign a team of expert educators who will be guiding you in their respective subjects. In addition to these benefits, as we have discussed, the aspirant will be getting daily live classes, test series, unlimited practice, structured schedule, daily questions on mains, study planner, and personal feedback. We will be evaluating your answer scripts and we will be giving our comments on your answer script. Hence, I strongly recommend friends to subscribe this iconic leadership. We might have seen in freedom movement the importance of leadership. In World War I, World War II, we have seen the impact of leadership. How the former president of US, Woodrow Wilson, played vital role in World War I. How the former Prime Minister of England, Winston Churchill, played vital role in World War II. In our freedom movement, the great leaders like Balagangadhar Tilak, Mahatma, Mahatma Gandhi, Subhash Chandra Bose, Ambedkar, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, how they influenced their followers. Hence, leadership is one of the important areas of study in public administration. In a nutshell, we can define leadership as आपको डेफिनेशन को रट्टा मारने की जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि ऑप्शनल जो है वो प्रीलिम्स में नहीं है, ऑप्शनल जो है वो मेंस में है. मेंस में आपको डेफिनेशन को रट्टा मारने की जरूरत नहीं है, खाली आपको उसका मतलब क्या है, उसका जिस्ट जो है जो रहता है उसको याद रख के आप एग्जाम में लिखे तो वो बस है. और ज्यादातर एग्जामिनर ये करेगा कि एग्जाम में डेफिनेशन देगा, उस डेफिनेशन के ऊपर आपको लिखना होगा, ऐसा प्रिपेयर हो जाइए. लीडरशिप इज द एबिलिटी टू persuade others to seek defined objectives enthusiastically. Leadership is the ability to persuade others to seek the defined objectives enthusiastically. It is the capacity to influence others. It is the capacity to influence others. There are 5 major bases of power. That are used in influencing the transaction between the superior and a subordinate. There are 5 major bases of power that are used to influence the relationship between the superior and a subordinate. These are reward, coercion, legitimate, referent, and experience or expert power. Reward, coercion, legitimate, referent, and expert. First 3 types are derived from organizational structure. First 3 types are derived from organizational sources. How they are derived from organizational sources, we will discuss now. Reward. It refers to monetary and other material benefits that can be bestowed by the superior on the subordinate. The superior, because of his organizational position, he will be in a position to bestow monetary and other material benefits on his subordinates. अगर आप IPS ऑफिसर बने तो आप आपके जिला में जो सब इंस्पेक्टर रहते हैं उसका ट्रांसफर करने का अधिकार आपके ऊपर निर्भर होता है। तो कोई अच्छा काम करता है, जो कोई सब इंस्पेक्टर अच्छा काम करता है, उसको आप अच्छे पोस्टिंग दे सकते हैं। दिस इज व्हाट दिस एस्पेक्ट सेज। रिवॉर्ड, monetary and other material benefits, the monetary and other material benefits that can be bestowed by the superior on the subordinate, by the superior on the subordinate. For instance, I observed in a district, in one of the districts in erstwhile United Andhra Pradesh, a district called Khammam district in northern Telangana, I observed the superintendent of police was so serious about the maintaining discipline in police force, and he used to warn his subordinates if any of his subordinates indulges in harassment of citizens, he will be punished thoroughly. After some days, there was an incident of encounter between police and Naxals. Then the SP immediately reached the spot. After having convinced him from local sources that the sub-inspector acted very well in a swift manner, because of which there was no civilian casualty, because when there was firing exchange going on between police party and Naxals, in between, it was on the banks of river Godavari, near a place called Manugur, where heavy water plant is situated. Suddenly, passenger train crossed the bridge over Godavari river. Then the sub-inspector who was heading police party, he stopped firing and he saved he prevented civilian casualty. The district SP rewarded him with plum post. He was transferred to the district headquarters itself, a very good posting in Khammam district. This is how the superior, because of his organizational position, he will be in a position to bestow subordinate with monetary and other material benefits. Bestow the subordinate with monetary and other material benefits. Second, coercion. Threatening with punishments such as reduction in pay, suspension, removal, etc., that are laid down in organizational rules and regulations. Threatening the people with punishments such as reduction in pay, suspension, removal, etc., that are laid down in organizational rules and regulations. The superior officers, the superiors, because of their organizational position, they will be in a position to punish their subordinates with reduction in pay, suspension, removal, etc. Transfers from plum post to loop line posting. Like tomorrow, if you become district collector or SP, you can issue departmental charge memo to your subordinates. You can suspend your subordinates. You can transfer your subordinates from a plain area to loop line posting or a challenging posting. This is how coercion also emanates from organizational position. And by coercion, the leader can influence his subordinates. The leader can influence his subordinates. Legitimate. It is implicit in organizational hierarchy. Because of the organizational position of the superior, he will have this power of legitimate. Legitimate means because of the organizational rules and regulations, his orders will be abide by the subordinate. You note it down if you remember. Legitimate means because of the organizational rules and regulations and because of organizational position of the leader, the subordinates will be abiding the orders given by the superior. The subordinates will be abiding the orders given by the superior. Referent. Referent, it refers to the impact of force of personality of the leader on his followers. The impact of force of personality of the leader on his followers. Like the example of Subhash Chandra Bose. Even he resigned from the basic membership of Congress. Even when he went out of the country, India, our country, despite of that, he could influence a large swathe of youth in India as well as abroad. This is how the force of personality, the impact of force of personality of the leader on the followers. In the same way, in Mahatma Gandhi, people from north or south or west or east or central, everybody used to be influenced by the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi. Children, youth, the old, women, labor, peasants, people from all walks of life, because of force of personality of the leader. Swami Vivekananda, just by reading his speeches that are compiled in a book called Lectures from Colombo to Almora. When I took my prelims, I think it was in 2006, this question was asked in prelims. Lectures from Colombo to Almora. Whose book is it? That book inspired lakhs of people and lakhs of people plunged into Indian freedom movement. Mahatma Gandhi himself proclaimed that after having read the literature of Swami Vivekananda, my love for my country has increased thousandfold. Thousandfold. This is how the force of personality of the leader can impact his followers. His referent, referent, expert power. It refers to the skills and knowledge on the part of the superior, because of which subordinates will be influenced. Because of the expertise, skills, knowledge on the part of the superior, because of which his orders will be obeyed. For instance, if you take the National Security Advisor, Ajit Doval, because of his expertise in spying, his skills in spying techniques, even Prime Minister listens to his advice. Even after his retirement, he has that much of clout in internal security as well as sovereignty and integrity, maintaining the sovereignty and integrity of the nation. I think, if I am not mistaken, he was in Pakistan somewhere between 15 to 17 years. This is expert power. Because of the expertise, skills, and knowledge on the part of the leader, his orders will be obeyed. These are the five bases of leadership. Because of these factors, the subordinates will be obeying the orders given by the superior. Because of these factors, subordinates will be obeying the orders of. According to Philip Selznick, leadership comprises four major functions. According to Philip Selznick, leadership comprises four major functions. It is definition of institutional mission. Philip Selznick says there are basically four major functions on the part of the leader. These are definition of institutional mission, which involves goal setting, policy formulation in the light of internal and external demands. That means goal definition of institutional mission refers to defining the goals and objectives of the organization and formulating cogent mechanism to achieve these goals and objectives of organization. For instance, Subhash Chandra Bose, he announced the goal and objective of Indian National Army, that is to emancipate the India from the shackles of foreign rule. For that, what he formulated, what kind of cogent policy that was formulated by Subhash Chandra Bose to float an army outside the Indian territory and to take the help of the nation which are against the British. And he purposefully chose Southeast Asia. He was not a fool. He was not a fool to go to Afghanistan, from Afghanistan to Russia, Russia to Germany. He purposefully chose Singapore and other Southeast Asian countries because even from Chola's time, the Chettiar community of Tamil Nadu and Kerala have been involved in trade and business in Southeast Asian countries like Vietnam, Cambodia, Indonesia, Singapore, etc. This Chettiar community applied huge amounts of gold, diamond, and other valuable resources to Indian National Army. That's why he established the base over there. Of course, the proximity to Japan is also one of the major reasons. But apart from that, the presence of Chettiar community in Southeast Asian countries. So he formulated a goal. He formulated an objective to achieve that. He defined the objectives and goals of the organization. To achieve that, he formulated a cogent policy, cogent methodology. He says, "तुम मुझे खून दो, मैं तुझे आजादी दूंगा." And he formulated cogent modus operandi or a cogent strategy to achieve the goals stated by him. That is, definition of institutional mission in the goals and formulating the policy in the light of internal and external demand. Second important function of the leader is the institutional embodiment of the purpose. The purpose of the organizational goals and policies should percolate down to the organizational structure. The purpose of organizational goals and policies should percolate down to the organizational structure. Policy elaboration, policy implementation depends on how the entire organization is due to its goals. Again, I repeat. Second important function of leadership is institutional embodiment of the purpose. Purpose of organizational goals. Organizational goals and policies should percolate down to the organizational structure. That means organizational goals and objectives, organizational policies should percolate down to the lowest level in the organization. Policy elaboration and implementation depends on how the entire organization is due to its goals. In this context, I would like to refer the leadership of Amit Shah in BJP party. Of course, whether you like it or not, that is entirely different ballgame. But here, in this context, we should really discuss it. I have closely observed Panna Pramukh. Booth level management is perfect in BJP compared to any other party. Panna Pramukh, that means an in charge of 2 pages. In 2 pages, a number of households address will be there. The function of this Panna Pramukh is to constantly visit these households and elaborate the programs and policies of central government to the people, like that Pradhan Mantri Ayushman Bharat Yojana, that Garib Kalyan Yojana, that free gas, electricity, how infrastructure has developed within 6 years. There is no unmanned gate on railway track. All these things. Organizational goals, organizational policies clearly percolated down to the lowest level. Perfect implementation of the strategies that have been formulated by the party leadership. That's why even Prime Minister Narendra Modi, after winning elections, he bows his head, he bows to his knees, and he pranams, salutes to his party men. Because I observed personally, large chunk of party men in BJP, they do not take even a single paisa. They do not take alcohol. They do not take a single paisa. And without receiving any monetary, non-monetary benefits, they participate in election campaign. That's why it is successful in winning elections. And it is going to win elections in West Bengal. And someday or the other, it is going to win elections even in Kerala. Yes, it has party cadre, which is ready to sacrifice everything for the sake of the nation and party. Ready to give up their life without taking any benefit from the government or party. This is how the party leadership is successful in percolating down organizational goals, organizational objectives, and organizational policies to the lowest level of the organization. This is how you can achieve the success. This is the second important function of the leader. Third, defense of institutional integrity. The leadership has to maintain the core values of the organization and its distinctive identity. The leadership has to maintain the core values of the organization and its distinctive identity. The leader is the one who maintains the core values and ethos of the organization. For instance, Mahatma Gandhi, in the context of non-cooperation movement, the very essence of Gandhian movement and the Congress party under the leadership of Gandhi was non-violence, Sarvodaya, Atma Shakti. As soon as the violent incident took place in Chauri Chaura in Uttar Pradesh, in which British policemen were burnt alive by Congress party men, immediately he abandoned the movement. So he faced stringent criticism, stiff opposition within the party. He never budged. For the values and ethos in which he believes and he has conviction, he took the decision and he stopped the movement. Subhash Chandra Bose, in this context of abruptly abandoning non-cooperation movement by Mahatma Gandhi, he gave a statement. Mahatma as political leader has failed. A significant meaning is ingrained in that. Mahatma, a great soul. I agree, you are a great soul, divine soul, but you are failed as political leader. Despite of such stringent criticism and opposition within the party for the values and ethos in which he had belief, he stopped the movement. Even in South Africa, when the movement led by him turned into violence, abruptly he abandoned. The situation went to that extent his own followers they chased him with iron rods and they wanted to kill him. Fortunately, one lady comes and she saves Mahatma Gandhi. For the values and ethos in which he has believed, he was ready to sacrifice his life itself. So this is the meaning of this statement, this function. The defense of institutional integrity. The leadership has to maintain the core values of organization, its distinctive identity. Fourth, ordering of internal conflict. Ordering of internal conflict. It is the duty of leadership to balance the conflicting interests in the organization to fulfill important commitment. The duty of the leadership to balance the conflicting interests. In general, whenever we start an organization, when we run an organization, invariably there will be conflicts, internal feuds. The way we used to have in Congress, the conflict between no changers and changers. One group wanted to participate in legislative process led by Motilal Nehru and Chittaranjan Das. The other group didn't want to participate in election and legislative process. They want to participate in social movement such as urgent upliftment, promoting Khadi in rural areas led by Sardar Vallabhai Patel, Babu Rajendra Prasad, etc. And it is the greatness of Gandhi. He resolved the conflict between these two groups. Hence, this fourth function, ordering of internal conflict, is one of the major functions of the leadership. It is one of the major functions of the leadership, that is to order the internal conflict. Pros and cons identifies three levels of leadership. At the apex level, leadership deals with formulation of policy and structure. Top level, leadership deals with formulation of policy and structure. At the top level, leadership deals with formulation. What should be the policies and programs of the organization? What should be the organizational structure? At top level, at the apex level, leadership is involved in this. At an intermediate level, at an intermediate level, it makes improvements in organizational structure. Improvement in organizational structure. It makes improvement in organizational structure and policy. At bottom level, it involves to make the most of organizational structure and means. At bottom level, the chief function of the leadership is to make the best utilization of organizational resources, organizational infrastructure. This is how the leadership functions at three different levels: at an apex level, at an intermediate level, at a bottom level. Leadership effectiveness depends on following factors. Leadership effectiveness depends on following four factors. First, to foster harmonious relationship among the organizational members. The leadership should be in a position to foster harmonious, friendly, congenial relationship amongst the organizational members. For instance, political parties should be in a position to resolve the conflicts between various groups. Congress party is notorious for this. Always it suffers from internal fighting and internal feuds. If one person becomes chief minister and the other one wants to bring him down. Hence, the effectiveness of leadership depends on promoting harmonious relationship amongst organizations. In this regard, we should really appreciate Gandhi. Many times during our struggle for freedom, many internal conflicts arose, but he effectively dealt with them. So this is first and foremost aspect. The effectiveness of leadership depends on how far the leadership be able to foster harmonious relationship amongst the organizational members. The individuals and groups must feel that they are important in the organization. The individuals and groups must feel that they are important in the organization. The individuals and groups must feel that they are important in the organization. The followers or the members of the organization should never ever feel that they are useless, they are worthless in the organization. Constantly, they should be impressed upon by the leadership or the management that their services are very, very important. In this regard, we should really appreciate the captaincy of Mahendra Singh Dhoni. He is very adapted how to elicit the services and endeavors from his team members. Always he encourages the fielders, the bowlers, the batsmen. He never treats any member of the organization as trivial. He encourages the fielders, the bowler. He advises constantly them. This is how the organizational members should not feel that they are irrelevant or nothing or useless. Constantly, they should be impressed upon that they are central to the success of the organization. Unfortunately, I don't want to name the institutions. There are some educational institutions in Telugu speaking states. In any educational institution, even a kindergarten school student can say the pillar of any educational institution is faculty, the teacher. But in these institutions, in this Telugu speaking, in our Telugu speaking state, they treat the teacher or faculty as useless, as a fool, as a daily laborer, because of which a kind of inferiority complex, worthlessness, uselessness always lingers in the minds of the teachers and faculty in these institutions. Hence, they are unable to deliver their best, which results in lack of quality in education. Today, if you visit any reputed IIT, the number of suicides, the number of detentions that are reported in reputed IITs in India will invariably be from these institutions from Telugu speakers. Most unfortunate. Third factor which impacts the effectiveness of leadership. Leadership should be able to galvanize organizational members towards organizational fulfillment. They should be encouraged. They should be motivated to work towards organizational fulfillment, to work towards organization. Fourth factor which has impact on the effectiveness of leadership is optimum utilization of technical and human resources of the organization. The leader should be in a position to how to utilize human resources, the technical expertise in the organization. For instance, I'm running a coaching institution which imparts coaching for UPSC aspirants. I have a team of faculty. I should be in a position to ascertain the capabilities of my faculty. Who is good at teaching for multiple choice questions? Who is good at analytical skills? The faculty who is good at analytical skills, he should be deployed in imparting mains coaching. The faculty who is good at multiple choice questions, he should be employed at imparting training for prelims. Used to have one of my colleague when I used to prepare for civil service. He used to have some techniques by which we can remember minute facts. This is how the leadership should be in a position to utilize the human resources and technical resources optimally. The leader has to care both for people as well as for productivity. He has to care both for people as well as for productivity. Transactional leadership requires a blend of charisma, individual leadership, and intellectual stimulation. Transactional leadership requires a blend of charisma, individual leadership, individual relationship, and intellectual stimulation. It refers to an ability to reach out to the souls of others, to raise their consciousness, thereby eliciting the devotion and commitment on the part of the follower. Transactional leadership refers to that leadership which is characterized by personality strength of the leader, like Subhash Bose, Mahatma Gandhi, Vallabhbhai Patel, Tilak. Why they are so great leaders? Because they are able to blend their charisma, their relationship with their followers. For instance, Subhash Chandra Bose, he used to dine with his soldiers. Whatever his soldiers used to eat, that food only he used to take. INA was in northeast near Kohima. Soldiers, they didn't even have salt to have in their. Those also ate the same food. This is how the transactional leader maintains individual relationship, intellectual stimulation. He should blend all these characteristics, and it refers to an ability to reach out to the souls of others. Greatness of these great leaders, they used to appeal the souls, they used to raise the souls of this their followers. The very slogan, "तुम मुझे खून दो मैं तुझे आजादी दूंगा," how it used to galvanize people. The entire youth used to be swayed by the words and slogans of Subhash Bose. This is how the transactional leadership should be able to raise the conscious. Thereby, it should be in a position to elicit devotion. It is not just efforts, devotion and commitment on the part of their followers. Devotion and commitment on the part of their followers. Thank you, friends. This is part 1 of leadership theories. Just after 15 minutes, we are going to have part 2 of leadership theories. Subscribe to Unacademy YouTube channel. Share and like the videos. Use my promo code to get 10% discount. If you have any doubts or clarifications, you can contact me on my Telegram channel. That is Unacademy_Kiran Anishetti. Thank you, friends. Thanks a lot. See you in the next session.